Greetings, friends. I'm AK.
And I'm Laura.
And we are
the Chainsaw Girls. On today's episode, we are covering a freaking monster movie, baby.
Kaiju.
It is 2008's Cloverfield.
Do you remember when you first saw this? Did you see it when it came out?
I did. I saw it in theaters.
I remember seeing it when it came out. I couldn't tell you if it was in a theater, but I remember all the hype around it building up to it.
No, for sure. Yeah.
It was
definitely
very mysterious, right?
Yeah. I mean, we were watching a little bit of behind the scenes stuff, and it was pretty much on lockdown.
Yes, everything was secret. They didn't want you to know what it was going to be.
Yes, they had secret titles. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I remember when it came out, and I freaking loved it.
Me too.
Because I thought this found footage style was just really realistic.
Yes, it was very well done. Almost too well done. I felt differently watching it in 2025 than I did in 2008.
I'm not going to lie to you. When we were downstairs rewatching it, like, I think it's maybe because I have some sensory issues like we've talked about. But like the chaos that was happening on the screen, it was hard for me to like acknowledge anything else that was going on because it was so consuming.
It is very consuming. That's a great way to put it. For me, I think I was having more like end of the world dread.
Oh, got you. Yeah, that would do that for sure.
Yeah,
it's very end of the world. Shall I read IMDb?
Yes.
Okay. A group of friends ventured deep into the streets of New York on a rescue mission during a rampaging monster attack.
That's a good one, IMDb.
To the point.
You nailed it
For
with
real.
that one.
This was written by Matt Reeves, who is a co-creator of Felicity, and he directed Let Me In. And then it was directed by Drew Goddard, who also directed Cabin in the Woods and was a writer on Buffy. J.J. Abrams was the producer on this film, and one of the production companies besides Paramount Pictures was Bad Robot, which is the production company of Lost.
Oh.
One of my favorite shows of all time.
Hell yeah. You know, I never saw Lost. I know. But I know the ending.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter, dude.
I know. But it's one of those things in pop culture that you know all about, even though you've never seen an episode. I'm not saying that I understand it because I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But it's almost spoiled, right? Or no?
No. It's such a good show, and they dive so deep into the characters. I've been telling you to watch From.
I know.
Which is like the same creators or writers.
Okay.
Can you just watch them so we can talk about it?
Okay, I'm going to do it. That's my mission.
I have a group chat going about the show From because it's so good.
I'm literally putting it in my notes so that I remember to do that when I get home.
Okay, so Cloverfield, back to the movie, had a budget of 25 to 30 mil. I couldn't get an exact number on that. And it grossed 172.4 million.
Okay, the gross does not surprise me. The budget actually does surprise me a little bit.
Dude, for some reason, I had it in my brain that this was a low budget or like a moderate budget film.
It's because it's found footage.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Because it does have that vibe of like DIY.
Yeah, and some of it was shot through a camcorder, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I loved it though. It's so much fun. But there were warnings, and I do kind of vaguely remember this. There were warnings that you could get sick, or because I think people that were going to see it were getting like nauseous from the motion.
Yeah,
the shaky cam.
Yeah, some people still complain about motion sickness watching this movie, even when it's not in the theater.
Yeah, I didn't find that though.
I didn't either,
No.
which is good because sometimes I do get car sick lately, but it's only if I'm not in the front. I don't need to be driving.
Said that.
Yeah, I don't need to be driving, but if I'm in the passenger seat, I'm okay too. But a lot of times if I'm in the back of the car, I cannot be on my phone.
That's really interesting. I don't have that problem, but I will say if I'm on a flight that's longer than 4 hours, I get real bad vertigo.
Oh, that sucks.
And I actually had vertigo this past week when we got back from LA.
Oh, shit.
I had vertigo all Monday.
That
it was
sucks.
brutal. Felt like I was on a boat.
Oh, that also will make me have motion sickness.
Yeah.
But you know what? Dramamine works.
But it makes you sleepy.
Does it?
Yeah.
I didn't get that.
Really?
Well, I will also say when I took Dramamine on a boat, I took expired. I wasn't like drunk or anything.
Oh, it's like how hammered were you?
No. The Dramamine was expired, but I thought it still worked because I didn't get motion sickness.
Because I feel like those expiration dates, like
it's a suggestion.
You mean, listen, I've got spices in my cabinet that are like 6 years old. I'm still using them
for legal reasons. Ask your doctor.
Yeah, don't listen to us. We're not professionals. Any hoogly boos? Do you have any tidbits or do you want to hop right in?
I have a lot, but I'm going to save them for the end.
Okay.
I will say that this movie, we already mentioned it's found footage. It is definitely heavily inspired by Godzilla.
Absolutely. And there is, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see I have a sparkly little Godzilla here. Handmade by robots. It's beautiful and it's sparkly and it's super stinking cute. I also have a giant Godzilla rug in my, I don't know, I think a normal person would use it as a dining room, but for me, it's like just a space in my house with more toys and shit. But it has a huge Godzilla rug.
I love it. I want some Godzilla merch now.
I know. We should just go to Tokyo.
Yeah, let's just go there because we need Godzilla merch. We can't get it anywhere else.
No, we should just go to Tokyo. Let's get booked out there, and then let's just run around Japan.
I wonder if there has to be still this huge Godzilla area of I want to say it's I'm typing it in right now to see what it's called.
Okay.
Akihabara is
Oh,
an area in Japan. I think it's a city in Japan, and I imagine they still have a lot of Godzilla stuff there.
dude, the '90s Godzilla movie, it always made me so sad. Like the one with Matthew Broderick, I would always cry. Did you know I couldn't even watch King Kong? Like King Kong made me cry, and then King Kong: The War of the Worlds one, where they were like all those big monsters on that island. I think it was Skull Island. I couldn't watch it because they started killing all the CGI like dinosaurs and monsters, and I was out. I dipped the fuck out. I was like, oh, I can't watch this.
King Kong, if I remember correctly, which I might not be, that's more like it is more of a tragic, like sad tale on King Kong's part, right? I almost could not get that sentence
I mean,
out.
the whole story of King Kong is just sad.
It's different than Godzilla, right? Like Godzilla comes out of the ocean, he starts fucking things up.
Yeah, he's like a monster. I still root for him though.
Yeah.
Low key, you know. Just a really small tidbit. Neville Page, who was the creature designer, he says that the monster is a baby and he's in a new environment and he's like spooked and he's looking for his mother.
That's so interesting because you would not necessarily know that just watching the movie.
And you know me, as like I already was rooting for the monster, but like now
Yeah.
knowing he's just a little confused baby.
He's just a little baby. That's so interesting because I thought, I mean, you already know you're going to get spoilers for this movie.
Yeah.
I thought the things falling off of him were babies.
Maybe
But I think
maybe they are like extra small babies. I don't know.
think they're more like parasites that are on this creature.
Oh, a parasite. That's a good way of
Mhm.
looking at it. Yeah. In any event, once I found out it was a baby, I was even sadder. I was like, oh, he's just confused.
Imagining there's a bigger version of that monster is also terrifying.
No, for real. Neville Page also said that he sought a biological rationale for the creature. Though many of his ideas would not show up on screen, he designed the creature as immature and suffering from separation anxiety. He compared the creature to a rampaging elephant, saying, there's nothing scarier than something huge that's spooked. Very true. He also said that the creature's backstory, for me, quote, for me, one of the most key moments in our collective brainstorming was the choice to make the creature be something that we would empathize with. It is not out there just killing. It's confused, lost, scared. It's a newborn. Having this be a story point, one that the audience does not know. It allowed for some purposeful choices about its anatomy, movement, and its motivations.
I love when they give characters a long ass backstory like that, even if it doesn't show up on screen.
Yeah,
Because that does help you when you're putting things together for the movie when you know the story.
100%.
We saw that a lot in 13 Ghosts that we just covered. Some of their backstories for those ghosts, you don't see it on screen.
Yeah.
It's
No,
so
for
funny.
sure. I do that whenever I'm doing anytime I audition, I come up with like a whole fucking story for this person.
Yeah.
With the limited information I know, and then I just branch off of it.
Right.
But yeah, now I really love this monster. I
There's
think
also-
they refer to her as Clover. As
I
the
was gonna,
monster's Clover.
Clover. Okay, now I'm starting to feel how
Are
you're
you getting a
feeling.
little
Yeah.
soft spot for our girl Clover?
You know, there's also a killer baby in another movie we're covering soon.
Oh boy, that one is oh
It's
boy.
a different baby.
I don't even know how I'm going to describe that movie.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so should we move into the actual plot?
I think we should hop right in.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, so we start this movie with a screen indicating that we're watching some type of classified video obtained from the US government.
Mm.
Okay, classified. It is April 27th. It's 6:42 a.m. and we're seeing a home movie of this guy. He's walking around a New York City apartment, a flat, if you will, looking out the window, looking around. He walks into the bedroom where there's a naked woman sleeping,
Mm-hmm.
and we're going to learn that this is Beth.
Yes, Beth and Rob. It comes across
Yeah.
very normal, very cute. They obviously have some type of relationship.
Mhm.
She mentions never being to Coney Island. Is that what
Yeah.
it's called? Coney Island? I've actually been there once. It was fun.
I think I've been there.
I went with a promoter when I was I was in New York City, and I was with a promoter, and we went and rode the roller coaster together.
I love random stuff like that at wrestling shows.
Yeah, it was
Like,
great.
okay, me and this random person are here for the day, so let's just go do this thing that's in town.
Yeah, he was like, "You want to go to Coney Island?" I was like, "I surely fucking do. Let's go." But yeah, it's very cute. They have some type of relationship.
Yeah, and they're having a cute little interaction. They're talking about what they want to do for that day. And then it cuts, and it's May 22nd. And now there's a different girl on screen, and we'll learn that this is Lily.
Yep.
So I was writing down my notes, of course, as I'm watching the movie. So I was confused at first because you just see him following her, and you don't really see her face at first. So I thought it was the same couple.
Right. That's what, yeah, I did too. I was confused at first, but then once I got a close up of Lily, I was like, oh no, that is definitely a different person.
Definitely a different girl. And then I'm thinking, oh, he has a different girl. But no, we'll explain it to you.
Yes.
The first couple was Rob and Beth. Now we're cutting to Rob's brother, Jason, and his girlfriend, Lily.
Yes. And they are walking around like a party store, right? Is that what it is? And they're grabbing decorations because they're planning. We'll find out that they're planning a go-away party. Is that what it would be called? Going away? Did I just say a go-away party?
No, you're not going away. We want you to go away, and we're going to throw you a party to convince you. Or farewell party, you could call it.
Go-away party.
Oh my gosh, it's like in wrestling.
How are we going to tell him, you know what? We'll throw a go-away party. Then he'll get the fucking clue.
Have you ever heard of go away heat?
Of course.
In wrestling?
Yes. Yeah. Go
It's
away
like-
heat, baby.
It's like when people want you to go away.
Like they don't actually they're not actually booing because it's part of the show. They're booing because they're like, please get the fuck off my screen. And
yeah,
out of
you're
my
not
ring.
being a good heel. We just actually hate you.
We hate your guts. So they're basically getting decorations for this party, and then we cut to them setting up the night of the party. And
Yeah.
we're introduced to TJ Miller, whose character's name is HUD.
Yeah.
And Jason is basically holding the camcorder at this point, and he's like, yo, dude, we want testimonials of everyone at the party, and I want it to be your job. And HUD's like, I don't really think I want to do that. And he's like, no, I think you do. So he hands him the camera, and now it's HUD's responsibility to get testimonials from everyone in the party. And I thought this was a very clever way to get us going with the found footage.
Yes, I love how they did that. Also, Lily wanted Jason to do this task.
Yeah,
So
she's not
Jason-
very happy about it.
No, she kind of Jason kind of conned HUD into doing it instead. She's not happy about it, but when she notices that HUD has the camera, she's like, wait, you're doing this? And at first she seems like she's kind of just being like, I mean, she is being a little overbearing, I guess, about the party details. Like she's very irritated with Jason when they're going to the store.
Yeah.
But it seems like she just cares a lot and she really wants this party to go well, even though it's Jason's brother. I think because she wants to be part of the family and she considers, what's his name? Rob,
Yeah.
to be family.
Yeah.
That she just really wants this party to go well.
I just thought she was like type A
Possibly that
and
too.
a Virgo. I was like, I get you, girl.
Maybe
I
all of the
understand.
above. And so we also learned that Rob has a new job in Japan, which I felt was also a little nod to Godzilla,
Absolutely.
where the original Godzilla or Gojira comes from. And so HUD doesn't want to take the camera at first, but Jason kind of convinces him to do it by saying, Marlena's going to be here later. And, you can go talk to her.
This is a perfect way. This is a good way for you to have to talk to her.
Right. And so now HUD is like, all right, fine, I'll do it.
He's like, yeah, you know what? All right. And we do see her in the background. He
Mhm.
zooms in on her.
Oh my gosh, when Lily is talking to the camera and giving her testimonial, HUD starts zooming in on Marlena, and Lily's like, are you paying attention?
I know, it's so good.
She just wants HUD to take this task seriously if he's going to do it.
Yeah, she definitely does. Yeah, she definitely does for sure.
And so Marlena does get there. HUD eventually goes up to her and asks, do you want to do this video? I have to take videos of goodbyes to Rob. And Marlena's not really that interested. She's like, look, I barely know Rob.
And I totally get that. She's like, I've maybe talked to him a handful of times while I was hammered. Like,
Right.
this, and she seems genuinely irritated by HUD.
Because he keeps pushing it on her.
Yeah.
And we know that he just has a crush on her. So he just wants to talk to her. She eventually complies, and she does a good job of coming up with something on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
But I was also thinking that this part of her saying, like, I don't really know him is going to be on the video that he watches later.
No, exactly. Because HUD, rather than getting testimonials, like just picking up the camera and just doing it person to person, he's documenting the whole night.
Right. And then she does her goodbye message, and then HUD's like, okay, great. Want to do another one? Like, okay, HUD, you're trying a little too hard here. Just talk to her normally.
Yeah, and stop with the camera in her face.
Right.
Anyone would feel uncomfortable if you stuck a camera in their face.
Yes. And then he's introducing himself to her, but he still has the camera up, right? And he's like, yeah, I'm HUD. And she goes,
No. He doesn't introduce himself. He already had met her several times.
Right.
And
Right.
was like, it's me, HUD. And because she says to him, it's so nice to meet you. And he's like,
That's
no,
what it
we've
is.
met. We've met. And she's like, she totally does that thing where she goes, oh, well, the camera was blocking your face and I couldn't get a good look.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's no fucking way she remembers him.
It's like that really awkward situation where you say nice to meet you to someone and they go, we've already met.
Dude.
And you go,
dude,
that happened to me one time.
It's happened to me
actually
multiple times.
A really famous wrestler that was like, oh, we already met to me. And I was like, oh, well, nice to see you again then. Because I didn't know what else to say.
Dude, whenever I see someone, it's always good to see you.
Yes. And
Whether
also,
I fucking know them or not, good to see you.
Now it's always good to see you, but I'm 100% sure I never met this person. So maybe he thought I was someone else.
Okay, can I piggyback off of this and tell you something very embarrassing? I was doing extra work once.
Yeah.
And somebody, so I'm not going to name names, but somebody was with me and they knew a person and they ran over and like gave them a hug. And then I followed the lead and gave them a hug too. And they pulled back and went, I don't think we've met.
Oh no.
Dude.
Why would you call it out?
I don't know, but why would I hug her?
No, it makes sense because look, I hug people that I just meet all the time, especially in wrestling when you know it's another wrestler and it's like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. Like, we're a family here.
No, that is actually very true, especially with girls. Like, I'm pretty quick to be like hugging the girls.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and this was a girl.
So I thought it was a guy at first when you were telling the story, but once you said her, I was like, oh, yeah, I would definitely hug a random girl.
Yeah, but I also understand that thing of like, wait a second, do I know you? Like, right? But oh my God, like the blood like drained from my face. I was
no.
Wow, this is horrifying.
You know what? I could also see myself saying that, but not in a way that's like, oh, wait, I don't know you.
Yeah, more like in a like, oh my God, I don't think we've met.
Like, wait, what? Yeah, we haven't met. What is your name actually?
Yeah. Exactly. It is funny too how like wrestler guys like love going in for the hug. Like they really do. Do you notice that?
I think you are probably more huggable than I am.
I mean, I'm not though. Like I don't want to be hugged.
You're more approachable than I am.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. I don't have a resting bitch face.
I do.
I have like a please come and talk to me face.
Please, I want you to hug me right now.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not saying that like listen, if it's my friends, that's different.
Sure.
But when it's like someone I don't know, like a wrestler I don't know, and they just come in and hug me, I'm like.
It all depends on the situation. I think in wrestling, like I said, if we know that we are wrestlers, it does feel like a family scenario. And if it was my friends hugging them, that type of situation, it's like, hey, what's up? Okay,
sure.
I'm a hugger. Yeah. I'm not a hugger, but
I know I'm not really a hugger.
It's so case by case with me.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm never gonna like, well, I can't say never, but for the most part, if it's another wrestler, I'm just gonna go with it probably.
Yeah.
But if a stranger comes up and tries to hug me, I might be like, whoa. I don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, that's
more for
true.
safety.
No. Well, listen, a stranger even fucking touches me, like that's an issue. Don't touch me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But yeah. But then at the same time, I love conventions because I hug every single fan that comes to the table, and that I love.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I will hug fans for sure. I don't initiate it.
No. Of course, I'm not running and fucking face hugging people, but
Well, I could see you initiating it. I don't know. That's an interesting thing. I guess we can talk about it more in the extended.
Yeah, let's add that as a note. Yeah. I always ask. I'm always like, can I give you a hug?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So, okay, one more piggyback off of that though.
Okay.
There was one time a fan came up to me recently actually and said, I don't know if you remember this, but I was taking a picture with you before. And when we went to take the picture, you asked me, meaning I asked him, do you mind if I put my hand here, like on his shoulder? And he was like, that always stuck with me for some reason. And now I always ask people if I can put my hand on them or whatever, which I thought was really cool that he paid attention to that and picked up on it.
For sure.
And was like, oh, I should ask people, can I put my arm around you or on you or whatever for a picture?
Dude, I think people should ask before touching anyone.
I do too.
In my opinion, I feel like, in general, it's always good to ask. It's always good to ask instead of just touching someone or, even just going to hug someone. I don't know. I feel like consent is very important in all aspects.
For sure. And yeah, we'll talk about it more in the extended because it can be a very long conversation.
For sure.
But one thing I loved about this part is that he does end up saying his name, like it's me, Hud, or whatever he says. And she goes, hug? I just thought that was so funny.
No, I know. But yeah, poor Hud is very into Marlena. Marlena doesn't seem to know who the hell he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Rob does get there. It's a great surprise. I always think of Big Daddy when they do surprises at parties like this.
Yeah.
We wasted a good surprise on you.
I love Big Daddy.
I love that movie.
It's so cute.
But the surprise does work. It's successful. Okay, Rob is surprised. He's very flattered. There's so much natural banter that happens in these scenes that when we found out watching the special features that a lot of it was improvised, I was like, I knew it.
No, totally. And it is like kind of like a banging party.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'd like to be there.
Me too.
Yeah, for sure. HUD interviews Rob just messing around, right? Rob
Mhm.
asks if Beth is coming.
Yes.
And she is.
Mm-hmm.
And in comes Travis, who is Ben Feldman.
Yes,
We
who
love.
we see all the time in Superstore.
He's so cute.
She's got me hooked on Superstore.
I love that freaking show. And I think he's just like such a cutie. And he does not age. It's wild.
No, for real, he looks the same.
But he
And
also looks like a baby in this.
yeah, it's the same and different.
Yeah. But anyways, Travis walks in with Beth. Oh boy, she has a new date.
And it's definitely a little awkward.
It's super awkward. And I couldn't figure out yet if Rob and Beth were together, like if they were boyfriend and girlfriend.
Right.
We eventually find out what the relationship is.
Right.
But I remember at first I was like, wait a second, this has only been like a month, not even a month.
Yeah, because April was that first video we saw with Rob and Beth together.
Yeah.
And then May was already the day of the party.
I was surprised that Beth brought a boyfriend. Now, when we find out the dynamic between them, I was a little surprised that she brought Travis.
Me too. I think maybe she was trying to make him jealous.
Maybe.
Also, my question was, does Travis know that they're going to her ex-boyfriend's party?
Right.
Because we don't technically find that out, right?
Right.
But does he know the history or is he oblivious?
That's what I was wondering too.
Which we can speculate based on what will happen soon, but we don't actually know.
I don't think he knows.
Also, this flat or apartment is huge, and I can't even imagine how much rent would be in the city.
Oh, and they're in Manhattan, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's expensive. So any hoogly boos, HUD goes over to Beth and tries to get her testimony.
Mhm.
And she's standing there with Travis, right? And she's like, Travis, can you get me a drink? Because obviously she doesn't want to divulge in front of him, right? So HUD tells her that we can go in the kitchen and do the little recording, right?
Yeah.
And she looks into the camera, and it is a little bit awkward, obviously, but she ends up saying to him that she just wants him to be happy, and she knows how hard he's worked, and she's really going to miss him.
Yeah. So this part made me wonder, okay, maybe Travis doesn't know. That's why she sent him away. But then I also thought, well, maybe she wants to say something that's a little more intimate, to
Yeah, she doesn't want Travis to hear.
Even though what she said I thought was fine.
I thought it was fine too. And also, like, depending on how long they've been dating, like, does she really need to tell Travis that she hooked up with Rob once?
I don't know. I think that's probably up for debate.
That's up for debate. Yeah,
depending on who
I guess
you
it
ask.
depends, because like if she just met this Travis guy and this
Right.
is their first time kind of hanging out. But then I was also wondering if maybe Travis was part of the friend group, so like he already had an idea of the dynamics between everyone.
That's possible.
I mean,
'cause
I'm really reaching here,
but they do such a great job of making you forget you're watching a horror movie here.
and making you give a shit about every single person in the movie.
Yes, I was so invested in the characters. I want to know more about Beth and Rob, and then shit will hit the fan in a second.
No, for real.
And I'm like, oh yeah, this is the point of the movie. I forgot.
It sucks you right in.
Mhm.
It's so good. Okay, anyways.
But I do want to know because we find out later that it is a longtime friend group.
Oh yeah, they've been friends for a very, very long time.
So maybe Travis was part of that, but that also is weird. And then
I don't know.
I don't know.
But Rob jumps in here
Yes.
and grabs Beth
yeah, and he wants to talk to her.
outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And HUD, being the little shit that he is, kind of follows and sneaks with the camera.
Yeah, he spies on them while they're arguing in the hallway.
And what do we find out, AK?
Well, Rob is saying, you bring a guy to my party, so he is upset about it. Beth is like, you haven't talked to me for weeks. And then HUD is like, wait, something weird's going on. And he goes and asks Jason, and they go hound Lily, which is Jason's girlfriend,
Yes.
to find out. She clearly knows something, but she's like, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you.
And for good reason, because HUD has a huge mouth, man.
He is such
what
a
a
gossip.
gossiper.
But we find out that a few weeks ago, Rob and Beth hooked up. So that means that video that we saw earlier, they weren't dating. This was like a little secret thing within the friend group. Okay.
And-
the tea.
And Rob blew her off.
Yes.
Like because they're all sitting on the fire escape,
Mhm.
whatever, and they're talking, and basically we find out that yes, they hooked up. Rob has been super into her for a long time. Beth is super into him, and Jason, Rob's brother, is like, "What the fuck are you doing, man? Like you're running off to Japan. That's not going to change your situation. That's not going to change who you are.
Yeah.
Like you're in love with this girl. She obviously likes you too. Like what the fuck?"
Yeah, he straight up says like Beth is too good for you.
Like
And-
right away.
Yeah, and that you need to
way
hang on.
out of his league.
Yes, and he's
Yeah.
like, you need to hang on to the people that you love. And I think more men need friend groups like this.
Dude, when they were having that conversation, I was like, that would never happen in real life.
More people need friend groups like this, really. But I
Yeah.
was like, hell yeah.
No, for sure. And so it was interesting to find out that Rob had completely blown her off, and
Yeah.
she called him a bunch and he didn't respond. I would be so pissed.
His reasoning was that he's like, I'm going to Japan for this job. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, we're not going to be together for that reason. But like, look, I hate when people act like long distance. I guess to each their own, but I hate when people act like long distance is impossible.
Dude, but I also think that is because we're wrestlers.
That's very
We're
true.
wrestlers. We're used to traveling. We're always on airplanes. We're always going places. I think for us, long distance doesn't really feel like long distance.
Because most of our friends are long distance.
Dude, you're one of my best friends in the entire world and you live 4.5 hours away from me.
Yeah.
5 if I'm going through America.
Yeah.
Like all my friends are spread out a lot over the US, but we still have great relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have friends all over the country. So that, yeah, I guess we're just used to it.
I think we're used to it. Yeah. But I feel like normies might not be used to it.
And when I said all over the country, I meant all over the world.
Yeah,
Different time zones.
No, so true. Yeah. Anyways.
So HUD is telling Lily, why wouldn't you tell me this? And she's like, why wouldn't I tell you? And then it cuts to HUD telling like every single person in this party.
Dude, he goes around and he's literally just dropping the piping hot tea to anyone who will listen.
He says Rob and Beth had sex together. First of all,
that's what he keeps saying. They had intercourse.
Why are you saying it like that?
They hooked up. That's all you got to say. And also, why are you telling everyone, HUD?
Right.
He's a yapper, though.
Oh, a yapper.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Beth leaves the party and Rob, she's like, good luck, Rob, or whatever. And you can tell that they're not happy. And then Rob says, good luck tonight, Travis. Which I'm like, Rob, don't be shitty.
Like, yeah, come on. What did Travis do to you, man? He showed up to your fucking go away party.
Your go away party. To him, it was a go away party. Travis is like, yes, go away.
Yeah.
Because Beth is mine. So this is where Rob and Jason go out on the fire escape with HUD. This, in the middle of their conversation, is where this loud bang happens.
Right.
And basically what feels like an earthquake.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm.
So it's immediately on the news. They go inside, they turn on the TV, and they find out that an oil tanker has capsized near the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
And that they're reporting an earthquake.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so everybody's like, whoa, let's go up on the roof and see what's going on.
The panic and the terror and the confusion here, it just felt different watching it in 2025.
I agree.
It's very upsetting.
It was scary, yeah.
And so, yeah, they go on the roof. They see something explode. This sends like flaming giant pieces of something toward the apartment.
Like fireballs.
Yeah, it looks like fireballs. So they all run inside. There's an explosion in the streets because they all run out of the building now to see what is going on.
Mm-hmm.
Something comes tumbling down the road, basically, and it is the Statue of Liberty's head.
Yes, and this is a homage to Escape from New York.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
This freaks me out.
Yeah, it's scary.
The idea of just being right next to the Statue of Liberty's severed head, just, I don't know what it is.
I just think that the chaos of like what's going on, like people are walking around. It looks like a war zone.
It is a war zone.
Yeah. It's very scary.
Yeah.
And then we see a quick glimpse of like the monster and I want to say that's the Empire State Building that collapses.
I didn't catch it, but definitely buildings start collapsing and you just see that glimpse of him through, like right between the buildings. So it's just a second.
Yeah, it's very clever.
This giant cloud of dust comes down the street. The friend group runs into the convenience store next door, shuts the doors, but eventually the windows break anyway. So they're all like coughing. They have to run out of the store. They go outside and now the entire streets are covered in rubble. And it has this orangish hue to it. The color scheme has changed now.
Yeah. And it's pretty like upsetting. Like people are walking around like straight up they look like zombies.
Yeah.
Like people are like catatonic, they're coughing. They can you can't really see what's happening. It's really disorienting. But New York, it's like it's burning. Like everything's burning, everything's falling down. Cars and buildings are destroyed. We hear like sirens. It's just, it's chaos.
Yeah. And I was kind of surprised watching this. I realized like, oh yeah, this is 2008. This is just 7 years after 9/11.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, hasn't New York been through enough?
I know.
Like, I'm surprised they did that. But in doing more research into it, in an interview with Time, J.J. Abrams did share that Cloverfield is meant to be sort of a catharsis, an allegory for 9/11.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so that is similar to how the original Godzilla film, 1954's Gojira, was intended to be a powerful allegory capturing Japan's post-World War II anxieties and fears.
Yes. So HUD caught the monster on camera.
Yes.
So he's telling everybody that. And then
Mhm.
they're like, okay, well, let's watch the footage. So that's what they do. And as they're watching the footage, it cuts to Beth and Rob in April for a
Right.
second. So we're seeing that a little bit. I don't know if showing everybody in the group the footage was like the best idea ever.
Yeah.
Like they're already panicked and now you're showing them the monster.
Yeah. I don't think that you're really using reason in this moment.
No.
It's just like I don't know what else to do. Let's, you're trying to figure out what to do in that moment.
And we definitely see that with HUD throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea how I would act in this situation. I would love to think that I know how I would act, but you never really know until you're in that situation, which if you're lucky, you never find out.
Yeah, for sure. So Jason is holding court, basically, and he tells the group that they need to get the fuck out of Manhattan and head towards the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah.
And there's a shot here of Lily and Marlena sitting on the curb. And Marlena is sort of, she's like whispering a little bit, but she's sort of talking. And she says something about the monster eating people.
Yeah.
But it's you don't quite hear and understand what she's saying. She's kind of like mumbling it out.
Yeah.
She's in shock.
Yeah. And there's a lot that happens so fast in this movie that you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, for sure.
You got to rewind it. You got to maybe put on captions.
Yeah, definitely.
We see helicopters now flying overhead. They're all on the Brooklyn Bridge walking across this giant group of people, okay? And the helicopter is telling them, don't panic. And I'm like,
Meanwhile, there's paramedics everywhere and ambulances. People are like, seriously injured. People are dying around them. It's a little late.
It's a little too late for that.
Everybody's panicked, but I get it. They don't want everyone to rush and then, shit to get even worse.
Yeah.
I don't know how it could not get worse, but anyway.
Right. HUD is still filming and he's just talking out loud, which I understand the
it's
nervous.
Like it's a stream of consciousness the whole movie.
Yes. And he's saying that he's documenting what's happening. So if anyone sees this video, they'll know.
Yep.
But he just wants to make sure that whatever happens in the future, they're going to see what happened.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, the bridge starts moving a little bit. Fuck that.
Dude, Rob is also calling Beth at this point. He's trying to get a hold of Beth. And as the bridge starts to kind of like shake, he gets a hold of her and she's telling him that she can't move.
Yeah.
That she's stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And so as this is all happening, that's all Rob is focused on.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's not concerned that the bridge is about to go down at all. All he's thinking about is Beth.
Yeah, he like goes off on the side to take this phone call basically because he can barely hear her. And now the group starts getting separated.
Yes.
Which is also very scary.
Yeah.
So Jason is he's posted up on something so he can see over the group of people trying to see where the rest of his friends are. And then suddenly a giant tentacle comes out of the water, slams down on the bridge right where Jason was standing. So Jason is gone.
Yeah, dude. And the bridge starts crashing and crumbling while people are running and screaming and scrambling to get off of it.
Yeah. And the bridge collapses, and seeing a real life structure destroyed like that, it just hits different than seeing like a random bridge or a random building falling.
For sure.
Because it feels like you're watching what would happen in real life.
No, for sure.
Which is very unsettling. Lily, of course, is having a meltdown. She just saw her boyfriend get smashed by a tentacle, right?
Yeah.
But Rob just seems shocked. He's very shocked. And also we find out that his cell phone battery has died in this moment.
Yes, exactly. And so the three of them are together, HUD as well. And we see an electronics store across the street and people are looting.
Yeah.
Okay. So like a lot of chaos going on. And at this point, Rob is like, I need a battery for my phone. So he takes off and runs into the electronics store.
Yeah.
We also see like news footage here of the Brooklyn Bridge collapsing, and we see the fucking monster, man.
Yeah, we see helicopter footage, so overhead glimpse of this monster.
Dude, and HUD keeps asking Rob like what they should do.
Yeah.
But he's also saying like, we should not be in here. Like we should go. I don't think we need to be in the electronics store. Like he's very funny.
We see that military is now coming in with their tanks.
Yeah, they're like evacuating the city, essentially.
Yeah. We're seeing more images of the monster on the news, and it has long legs we see now because we're seeing more and more of it each time, right? It looks like the legs are long, almost crab-like, in my opinion.
That's a good way. Like almost like a huge insect, kind of, like a praying mantis.
I could see that.
Kind of.
And so here we see that things are falling off of it. The news is reporting something is falling off of this creature, and then we see the footage from the street where they're basically these little tiny monsters.
Yeah, dude.
Which I would say are parasites.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe them. Little parasites.
They look like the size of like, I don't know, livestock or something.
Yeah, it was interesting when you asked about the face hugger because I hadn't
Oh,
really thought about that. And like, yeah, they kind of like a little bit. I've got a face hugger right here.
oh,
It
let me
kind of
see.
looks like it, but I don't know.
You know, now that I'm looking at it, so
Yeah.
I asked Laura while we were watching it, I'm like, are they face hugger like? And she's like,
Like, I would say a parasite is just a great way to
yeah,
describe it. And I would say that the face hugger is a parasite too, right? Isn't
yeah,
that what it
I would
is?
say so.
Isn't he cute?
I don't know if that's the word I would use to describe it. We're looking at one of her little figures if you're not watching the YouTube video.
Yeah, I've got a lot of xenomorphs.
Hell yeah. Oh, wait, that's not a xenomorph, right?
No, it's a face hugger.
It's a part.
This is a xenomorph.
Okay,
Like
we need to cover Alien so you can educate me on all that lore too.
The OG baby.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I fucking love Alien. Okay. Anyway.
Anywho,
Mm-hmm.
so now Rob does get a battery. He got a voicemail from Beth, and we just hear her crying.
Yeah, and but we do know that she's at her apartment.
Yes.
She's at her apartment, and in that moment, Rob is like, I don't give a fuck what's going on. I'm going to rescue Beth.
Yeah, he says he wants to go back towards Midtown, which is where her apartment is, but that's also where the monster is. So the entire group is like, no, we cannot go back that way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Rob's like, well, I'm going. So
Yeah. And we also see here that the military is leading the rest of the people out of the city. So
Yes.
they're going the opposite way that Rob wants to go now, which I understand wanting to go save Beth. I'm very torn here. I'm very torn between, yes, go get your girl, and don't be a fucking idiot. You know, like I'm more leaning toward, yes, go rescue your girl, your friend, whoever. But also you see that military is leading people out. My first thought there was they're going to blow up this whole city.
yeah, I think it's like, I think there are a few things going on here, right? Like, I think Rob probably knows in the back of his mind that Beth is going to die, right?
Mhm.
That he's might die, that he never got to tell her that he loves her, you know? Obviously,
Yeah.
he loves her, right? And I think he's willing to sacrifice himself in order to get to her so that
Yeah.
she doesn't die alone. Like I love a fucking rom-com and I love a
Yeah.
horror movie, and when you put those two together, like, yo, that's my shit.
That's why I'm torn.
I know. It's
'Cause
like, because if you were Beth, imagine you were Beth,
Right.
and here comes your man to save you.
Oh, I wrote down my thoughts about that later.
Like, it's not
Yeah.
even your man. It's just like, oh my god.
Oh, it will be after that.
Oh, 100% baby. Oh my god. But so it's like, it's weird. It's like I do see your point. Like, and I'm a very logical, practical person.
That's
so
the problem.
there's a part of me that's like, I'm sorry, you're on your own.
That's why I'm torn, because I love the romance angle of it, but I also love the loyalty angle of it. Of, no, you go get your girl, your friend, your family member, whoever it is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm also trying to imagine, like, if that was my,
Like, your
best
ride or
friend,
die,
lover,
yeah.
family, and then there's also the logical part of me that is thinking that, the monster is right there and you don't stand a chance against it.
I think I would go.
I would love to think that I would.
I
would love to
gonna
think that I would.
state that. But then at the same time, I've also been in situations where I just take a hike and I'm like, everyone to themselves. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean, we just covered American Werewolf in London, where
Mhm.
we see that David just runs and we're like, no, your friend is right there. But his reaction was just flight. And you don't know for sure if you're going to fight, flight, or freeze.
no, that's so freaking
Until you
true.
experience it. Everyone thinks they know what they're going to do in a fight or whatever it
Okay,
is.
That's true. But I'm still confident that I would go.
I would love to think that I would go rescue.
Yeah, or at
Yeah.
least, like, if you know that you're gonna die, don't you want to die next to somebody that you love?
If you get there. Because
Yeah.
they don't even know where Beth is. I mean, they do, but it's so far away.
Yeah. I mean, I stan Rob hard.
I do. I do. Oh, I commend him. Absolutely.
And Hub, because Hub is loyal as shit,
do you call
man.
him Hub?
Is that his
With
name?
a B?
What's his
It's with a D.
We're not cutting it.
Don't cut it.
Don't cut it, Emilio.
Hub.
Don't cut it. I said that with so much confidence.
You probably can't even pick it up in the audio, but because I could see your mouth, I was like a hub, like a hubcap.
Oh my god. Okay. So
Anyway,
Rob, Hud, Marlena, and Lily are in the streets. A man approaches Hud and he's speaking Russian to him, and he's kind of like frantic, and he's basically asking him for help. that his daughter and his family, like, he can't live without them. He needs help. He needs to help his
Yeah.
family. So I don't know. I wanted to know what he said, so I looked it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not look it up. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
And one thing I do love about this scene too, if we're talking about loyalty and whatnot, is that Rob was intending to go by himself.
Oh, he straight up was like, you guys go back. I'm going.
Yeah. And then first Lily is like, I'm coming with you.
Yeah.
And then Hud is also going. And now Marlena is also going.
Yeah. Marlene is not too happy about it, though.
She's not.
No.
But she does go with them.
But yes.
And
I would
so-
rather be with them than be alone.
That's another thing. Yeah. For real.
You know what this movie really like induced in me is that have you ever been in a situation where you're starting to feel panic a little bit and the person you're with doesn't sense the panic that's happening? Like they're not picking up on the gravity of the situation.
Mhm.
Have you ever been in that kind of
Oh, yeah.
And it's that fear of like, no, you're not listening to me. Like you should not be going there. Or
Yeah.
like we need to get out of here. Like
Mhm.
and the person is not, they're not on the same page with you.
Yeah.
That's how I felt this whole entire movie.
Just helpless.
Helpless and stressed and panicked.
Yeah.
It does a great job of like conveying that.
It really does.
Mhm.
So here, the monster appears in the streets, and then we see the military flying up, just shooting at it with everything they have. Like they have bazookas, they have tanks. It's just fire, just shots over and over and over.
And they're like caught in the middle of it.
Right. They're hiding. The group is hiding in like a stairwell on the side of the road.
Yes. And HUD is across the street
Mm-hmm.
from them.
Yep. And then Rob kind of signals to him, like, we're running. And then they all run to get to the subway.
Yeah. Smart.
I thought that was a really good idea.
Yes. Going underground.
I mean, it doesn't work out for everyone, but you
no,
know.
but still, good idea.
Yeah, because you don't want to stand there in the middle of not only the monster that might kill you, but also now the military is shooting everywhere.
Yeah, and at least if you're underground, you're like, I mean, I would be afraid of going underground just because I'd be afraid of it collapsing on
Yeah.
me, but at least it was an option.
Damn, I didn't even think about that.
So they run into the subway station,
Mm-hmm.
and at this point, they all kind of decide like they should just wait it out for a bit.
Yeah.
Because they don't know what's going on up on the street level. Obviously, shit is hitting the fan. They're like,
Mhm.
let's just regroup for a second. So they're all kind of sitting there. They all look very much in shock.
Yeah.
Rob's phone starts ringing, and it's his mother, and he has to break the news that Jason died.
Yeah.
He goes over and Lily consoles him, and they're kind of sitting together. And then HUD walks over to Marlena, and he's kind of talking to her a little bit. And she's like, I wasn't even supposed to be here. And he's like, oh, yeah, you were going to be like with your friends and da-da-da. And then he apologizes to her. But he just yaps the whole time.
Oh my gosh. Can I also say that is how I felt when she said, I'm not even supposed to be here. That's how I felt when we did Impact. And do you remember there was a hurricane coming and then tapings got canceled?
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
And I was so stressed out. I'm like, I live in Michigan for a reason. I should not have to deal with this. I was scared.
Oh, dude, I think I was staying with Eddie.
Mm.
And they were like boarding up the windows and shit, dude.
Really?
They were boarding up the windows, like big ass pieces of wood. I was like, where the fuck am I? I'm in the Twilight Zone right now.
I was staying with Jessica Havoc and we were not boarding anything up. We were just chilling.
Oh, we boarded up that whole house. It was an apartment, but we had to board up the windows.
Oh, they were making you board up the windows?
Well, I don't know if the complex was,
Oh, okay.
but Eddie was absolutely boarding up the windows.
And he's
dude.
like, I'm from New York. I'm not fucking with this.
Yo, they closed Disney, they closed Universal.
Yeah.
It was actually really scary.
I was really scared.
Yeah, because they never closed Disney, man.
No, for real.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's serious. Forget what the weather is saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I absolutely felt there like, I don't live here. I should not have to deal with a hurricane.
This is why I'm not living in Florida. Are you crazy? No way. I'll deal with the snow.
I will deal with the snow happily to not have hurricanes, tsunamis, earthquakes.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Alligators, snakes, bugs.
We have snakes in Michigan, technically. I mean, not like Florida does, but
Yeah, no, I'm all set, man.
Bugs.
Bugs. I like bugs, but I don't want them on me. You know what I mean? I don't want them to
Yeah.
be able to kill me.
I'm like, do they not have bugs in Buffalo?
They don't have black widows in Buffalo.
Really?
No, we just have like we have wolf spiders. We have daddy long legs. They're all my friends.
Do you have brown recluse?
No, I don't think so.
We do in Michigan.
They're poisonous, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't think we have that here.
I think they're actually more poisonous than black widows, or at least like more common or something.
I think we're way too close to Canada, to the cold, so we don't get those kind of
We
snakes
still do.
or spiders.
I think we still do in Michigan, but I haven't seen one. Knock on wood.
Interesting.
Anyway.
Can we look into that in the extended? Because I'm curious.
I really want to.
All right.
I did want to say something really quick though, before we leave this scene, because I feel like they did such a great job taking their time with Rob telling his parents, his mother, that Jason died, and him sitting off on the side. And I feel like a lot of movies miss this because this is what makes it feel real. They're not just cutting to the next thing. You're lingering on that emotion and you're giving the audience time to sit with it and feel something.
Oh, dude, you're so right.
I love it.
Yeah, it's really good. So, after this very sad, tragic moment and the exchange between Marlena and Hud, Rob and Lily figure out that they can walk through the tunnels.
Yeah.
They're like, let's take the tunnels to get to Beth.
I thought this was a really good idea too.
Absolutely. Hud agrees, and Marlena at this point doesn't really have any options, so she goes. She clearly does not want to be stuck with them though.
Yeah.
Like imagine you know this is the end. Like deep down, there's a part of you that knows, and you're stuck with these people that you don't even really fucking know that well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I mean, you're gonna bond, obviously. They're all gonna bond over this, like trauma bonding, like 101. But that's scary.
It is really scary. And at the same time, I'm sure she was thinking, well, this is better than walking the streets.
Right.
Or at least she thinks.
Right. So they're walking down the tunnels. It's pitch black. I thought this was very clever. Rob was like, hey, you know that there's a light on the camera? And Hud's like, oh. So they turn the light on the camera and now at least they can see where they're going, right?
Yeah. I also think it's so funny. They have a little moment between Marlena and Hud here.
Oh, this is great.
Where he starts theorizing what this monster could be. And he's like, maybe it flew here. And Marlena's like Superman. And Hud's like, whoa, you know who Superman is? Like, this is just another tally on why he has such a big crush on her.
Yeah.
And she turns and she's like, wait, you know who Superman is? She's like, hold on, I'm feeling something. She's such a sarcastic asshole and I love it.
Dude, she is me coded. Like,
no, same.
Fucking for real, man.
Same. She also notices that there's a bunch of rats running and she's grossed out by this. But when you see a bunch of animals running, flying, all in a group away from something, definitely pay attention because they're probably doing it for a reason.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So Hud continues rambling on as this is all happening, which I just think is so funny. At one point he's like, do you know that there was a man that was lighting homeless people on fire in the subway?
Oh my gosh.
And Rob's like, can you not? It's not the time. And then Hud's like, oh yeah, sorry. And then he's like, but imagine a flaming homeless man just came out. Like he's
like, Hud!
He can't stop talking.
Yeah. He's nervous rambling.
Yeah, he's me, for sure. So the rats are running in a direction and they're like, well, what the fuck is happening? Like, why are all the rats running? So Rob says, you know, there's like, what is it called?
It's like night vision.
Night vision. There's night vision on that camera. Turn it on. Oh boy.
He sure does. He does like a little close up of Rob with the night vision and you can see the little monsters on the ceiling. It's so scary.
Dude, it is so creepy.
Okay, so in this scene, when I could get that look at them, they reminded me of hermit crabs out of the shell.
Oh, hermit crabs.
Did you like hermit crabs?
Do you know how tragic the lives of hermit crabs are?
Why?
Because so people will grab hermit crabs. I want to say this is like in coastal cities. They will cull. Is that when you take like large groups? Okay, anyway.
No idea.
They take large groups of hermit crabs. They rip them from their shells and they put them in shells that are like painted and like colorful. And then they shove them all into a tank together. And the paint on the shells is toxic.
Uh-huh.
And it's a miserable life for them. Like a miserable fucking life.
Is this when they sell them on the boardwalk?
They sell them on the boardwalk. And hermit crabs are actually like very complex, like lovable little creatures.
Uh-huh.
And right now I'm totally obsessed with them. But anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really am.
Weird coincidence.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you that I did get a hermit crab on the boardwalk when I was a kid. And I hated that fucking thing.
Why?
Because it pinched me.
Yeah, well, maybe you shouldn't be. What did you keep it in? AK a fucking bucket?
No, it had its own little
like a
thing.
shitty little tank?
Probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
No, it was in the car. It was in the car. And someone got it for me, my aunt, my mom, whoever, I don't know. And it was like, I don't even know why we were in this area. It doesn't matter. So I think I went to go pick it up and it like pinched my finger and I'm like, like flailing. Oh my gosh, it was horrible.
That's so sad. But anyways, FYI guys, please don't buy hermit crabs off the boardwalk. If you are going to invest in a hermit crab, please do lots of research, get a huge tank. It needs friends. It needs a lot of things. And just buying one off the boardwalk and giving it a shitty existence fucking sucks. So don't do that.
It reminds me of like when there's one little goldfish in a tiny tank, or like a little bowl like this.
Dude, or when they keep those those little aggressive fish that you can get that like fight with each other, like betas. They keep them in these little tiny tanks.
Mhm.
No, dude, no. This is a creature. Put it in a big ass tank. Stop being a fucking piece of shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll get off my soapbox.
I was a 12-year-old piece of shit with my little hermit crab.
Oh my God. Laura is stepping off her soapbox.
Yeah, it's all good. So, these little hermit crab creature, parasite, whatever, they start attacking. Marlena saves Hud here from being attacked.
Oh, dude, she comes in with like it looks like a bat, but I don't think it's a bat. I think it's like a big piece of wood or something. She beats it off of Hud.
She beats off Hud. And so then she gets knocked down though.
Yeah.
And they get to this little room. They all run. She escapes. They get to this little room. It's like some kind of lounge in the subway. And we see here that Marlena was attacked. And she has a giant gash on the back of her shoulder.
Like it bit her or scratched her or something.
Yeah.
Rob goes and grabs like, it looks like water from a vending machine or something like that. And they're trying to like clean her wound. And I really loved this because she's clearly in a lot of pain. And Hud is just like sitting with her. And again, he's just like yapping, you know? And, but she's like, there's just a genuine moment where she's just like staring at him, looking like very unamused. But he says something to her and she just starts to laugh a little bit. And you just see like, there's like this little tiny moment of connection there.
Yeah, I really like that because he has definitely not been able to make her smile up to this point.
Oh, no, she is so over everything. And I don't know. I really love that. And again, it goes back to like the chemistry of the actors. They clearly, I think I read or watched an interview where they talk about how the most important thing to them was the relationships with the actors. So like spend time together, go places together, get to know each other so that we have a genuine, you know, it feels like a genuine friendship here.
Yeah, they did a great job with that.
They really did. Yeah.
So they keep walking and they end up in a department store, which I didn't realize that they had department stores underground, like in the subway.
Yeah, dude. So when I lived in Toronto, I worked at a boutique and it's called The Path. So underneath the city, there is literally it's a path and it's a path. It's an underground shopping center. There's food courts, there's restaurants, there's all kinds of stuff, and it's all underground.
Okay.
So when you get off the subway, you could just walk straight to it, and that's what I used to do when I lived in Toronto.
Okay.
I love The Path. It's the best.
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
So they're following this bright light that they see through this department store, and we notice Marlena here is not feeling well.
Yeah, she says that she's dizzy.
Yeah.
And then she's like, but it's okay. I'll keep going.
Right. And so then the military shows up and they're just like, oh, we have civilians here. All right, follow us. We'll take you out of here.
And like Rob's freaking out. Rob's like trying to explain to the one soldier. Is that what you would say, the soldier?
Yeah, I'm laughing thinking about what he says. Because like the whole, as far as you know, like this city is under attack, possibly the world. People are dying. There's all this chaos. And you're trying to explain to the soldier that like you're looking for your girlfriend. And he's telling the soldier like, you know, I should have went back for her and I let her go. And like this soldier does not give a fuck about your romance story right now.
Not at all. However, it does strike a chord with him because we'll see that he eventually, you know, tries to help a brother out.
Yeah. But he leads them to the military station where they have medical set up. There's a bunch of injured people being tended to. And the soldier at this time tells Rob, when Rob mentions where Beth is, he's like, you don't want to be there right now. Like, that's like the worst spot to be.
Yeah.
And the sergeant, I don't know if it's like a sergeant. I don't actually know what he was, but one of the soldiers, a different guy, tells everyone else, he's clearly in charge. He's telling everyone to pack up. They're out of there.
Yeah.
And so that's also scary. Like, wait, where are we going?
No, for sure. Then all of a sudden, Marlena's eyes start bleeding.
Oh my gosh. And then she's like, I don't feel so good.
Dude. And then like one of the, I would say this is like a military like nurse or, you know, a medic or something, starts yelling, we've got a bite.
Yes. And then they grab her. They bring her behind this sheet.
Like a quarantine sort of area.
Yeah. And then you just see blood spatter.
So do you think that they killed her or do you think she exploded?
So they actually confirm in the director commentary that she exploded.
She did?
Yeah, she exploded. I thought they shot her.
I did too. I thought they were like, oh, like she's going to be zombified or something.
Yeah, we got to get rid of it. No, she exploded.
I mean, it looked like an explosion. It looked like she exploded.
Yeah.
From behind that curtain.
And so everyone is, of course, freaking out. The friend group, they just sort of saw Marlena explode.
Oh, HUD is like on another level.
Yeah. And then one of the soldiers is,
Same
yelling
guy.
to them.
Same dude, right? The army dude?
Yeah. There's a bunch of army dudes, yeah.
But the one guy that
first one.
Yeah, that was like is like empathetic a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, there's nothing we could do for her. And then he's like, listen, if you want to go out, we're not going to stop you. But basically, the government is considering leveling this whole place. So a helicopter wheels up at 0600. So at 6 a.m., this helicopter is leaving. If you can make it there, they'll get you out.
Yes. And they all decide, fuck it, we're going to get Beth.
Yep.
We're going. We're doing it.
You came this far.
Might as well.
Yeah. So they get to Beth's apartment.
Although I don't know, man. At that point, after watching Marlena explode, I don't know how I'd be feeling.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't really offer another option. He wasn't like, you can leave with us right now and be saved.
True.
So, I mean, I guess let's go get her then. I don't know.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
So,
what a way to go out, saving somebody.
It's true.
Saving someone you love.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, they get to Beth's apartment not too long after that. So I also feel like they were pretty close.
Yes.
And
except the apartment is no longer standing upright. It's like bent sideways.
yeah, it's leaning against another building.
Yes. And HUD is like, guys, I don't know about this, but you know what we could do? We could climb up the other building and then we could find a makeshift bridge to climb across to. And he's just, again, stream of consciousness. He's just yapping and Rob stops and is like, shit, you know what? That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah.
And then HUD is like, my God, this man never listens to me. They never listen to anything I say, but now I suggest something like this and they say, okay, I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, he's like, no, never mind. I take it back.
I love it. He's so funny.
So they start climbing the stairs of this other building and HUD is like, did you see that military guy's face? Even they don't know what that thing is. Like, he cannot stop.
I know. He's like, oh, maybe this is the government's behind this.
Yeah. And
like
then
he just keeps going.
They're like, can you please stop, HUD? And HUD is like, I have to talk about something or I'm going to shit my pants in the stairwell, which I would have already shit my pants.
Dude, oh yeah, for sure.
I would have been running around the city with shit dripping down my leg.
100. I told you the very first time I did the showcase, I did a scene live in front of an audience. I told my scene partner right before we went out that I was going to shit my pants and throw up at the same time.
Yeah.
Right before we walked out.
Yeah.
This situation, I would be HUD. I would not shut the fuck up. Everybody would want to beat the shit out of me because I would just be nervously talking.
Yeah.
Or not. Or I'd be really quiet and the person that was nervously talking, I would want to beat the shit out of. It's like one or the other for me.
Especially when you're in this part where you're going up the stairwell, there's a moment where there's, I guess, like relative peace, you know?
Right.
So yeah, that's where you just start because you don't know what else to do. And you also want to kind of like, I don't know, strategize. You want to like talk about what you just saw.
Yeah.
What else do you do?
Yeah, for sure.
So now they are getting up close to the roof or either the roof or close to it where there's an opening in this building and they're going to use the pipes and the air conditioners to cross over to Beth's apartment.
I would not go. I would be like, guys, I'm just gonna wait right here for you.
That's what HUD tries to say at first. He's like, I'll just document it. And mind you, they don't know for sure that Beth is there or even alive.
Yeah.
They haven't heard from her since.
Yep.
But they get to Beth's apartment. Rob kicks in the door and Beth is there lying unconscious with a steel bar through her chest, like up by her shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah. But he finds her.
He does find her.
And she's like out, but then she starts to wake up and she opens her eyes and sees him and she says something like,
you came back for me.
You came back for me. Oh my God, I died. It was so sweet.
It was a really sweet moment.
Oh my God. And they're like hugging. I loved it.
Meanwhile, HUD's just like this with the camcorder.
I know, right? Just watching. It was just really sweet.
Okay,
and
so
like they're both kind of crying.
Yeah.
Like it's just, you know.
Oh, I would be sobbing.
Dude.
Like you actually found her?
Dude, okay. But imagine being her. You think you're dying alone.
Yeah.
Because she even says, are you really here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, am I fucking hallucinating this? And he's like, I'm here. Oh my God, I loved it.
I will say, if I was Beth and we make it out of here, like talk about being a ride or die forever.
Dude, like you are, whether you want to be or not, like you are stuck with me for the rest of your life.
It's whatever you want, babe, for eternity.
Forever. I just loved the whole thing. I thought it was so sweet. And it, like my little dead, cold heart was like resurrected a little bit, you know?
I can feel that.
Mm-hmm.
So they end up ripping the bar out of her chest. It's off screen. You can see her feet, but
she's
it sounds
screaming, man.
It sounds gross.
Mm-hmm.
So then they start making their way out of the building.
Oh, this is so funny when they're making their way out of the building. She asks HUD. She's like, "What was that?" Because you either hear the monster or you see the monster.
Yeah, you catch like a glimpse.
And she's like, what was that? And HUD goes, it's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
just a terrible thing. Yeah, all this Beth has not seen yet. So we see another one of the parasites in the hallway of the building too. And she's like, what was that? So she's seeing it all for the first time.
and he goes, it's another terrible thing. No, he goes, something else also terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now they're outside, they make it out and they're running. And here we see an upward shot of the monster. So we're seeing, like I mentioned, more and more of it. And here we can see it has a tail.
Dude.
Also, its arms, or I don't even know what to call it.
It's praying man. It's like praying mantis style.
They look like folded forward.
I thought you were gonna say forward forks. I don't know why.
They could be forward forks.
But they do make it to the safe point.
They make it to the chopper.
Yes, man, the chopper. Lily gets forced into one of the choppers away from the rest of the group. I'm assuming maybe there weren't any more seats in the chopper.
Yeah, and another one is coming soon. We see Rob and Beth kissing here.
Oh,
which
they're like hugging and kissing. And
I would be too.
Oh my God, I would be crawled up this guy's asshole for the rest of his life.
I would be like,
I'd be like, can I crawl up inside you?
Oh my goodness. I'd be like, do you want a quickie before we die?
Let's do it right here, right now, please.
Yeah.
There's a bridge. Let's go.
So it looks like Lily's chopper might go down here. It's so quick.
I think it does.
Yeah.
It seems implied that it goes down.
Yeah. And then HUD, Beth, and Rob get pushed into the next one.
Yeah.
So here, HUD is getting overhead shots of the monster going through the city. It is terrifying.
It's crazy.
We also see the military starts dropping bombs on the monster, and HUD is like, yes, they hit it. They got him. Like, they're cheering.
Yep.
And then out of the smoke, the monster jumps up and it hits the helicopter, which starts spinning, going down, and the alarm is going off.
No.
No.
Rest in peace. Like, I would want to be out at that point.
I'd want to just jump out.
No.
I don't want to wait for this to hit the ground.
That to me, like, especially because like we fly all the time. Dude, it's one of my biggest fears. And I'm not even like a scared flyer. Like, whatever. I get in airplanes all the time. I don't care. But the thought of that.
I hate watching it. It stresses me out. Anytime there's a plane crash or anything in a movie,
dude,
I hate watching that.
Okay, so if you ever watch Lost, just know it starts with a plane crash and it's visceral, man.
Hate it. So
the chopper is like spinning out of control, blah, 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 blah. It crashes. We're staring at the wreckage, and it's kind of, we hold on to the wreckage for a few minutes, like not a few minutes, but a few seconds.
Yeah, I actually thought the movie was going to end here at first.
The first time I saw it, I thought the same thing. And then slowly we start kind of seeing movement, right? And we hear the radio, and it's someone talking about hitting the monster.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Beth starts to kind of shake HUD and wakes him up, right? And then Beth and HUD pull Rob out from some of the wreckage, and they start dragging him across grass, and he's crying, and she's holding on to him, and she's like, I know, it's okay. It's like, they do it so convincingly.
Yeah. There's a lot of glitching here too, and throughout the movie with the video. So it'll flash back randomly to the April video with Beth and Rob in happier times.
Yes.
Also, when they drag Rob out here, we see, I feel like I said Rob out here. We see that it's daylight now.
Yeah, dude. So, okay, what do we know is going to happen after 6 a.m.?
Well, the military planes start flying overhead.
Dude.
And then right behind HUD, as they're in this field, is the monster. Right above him, he looks up, and you get like the most clear shot we have seen of him so far.
It is fucking wild.
He has like these reddish sacs on the side of his head. It almost looked like that was helping him breathe.
Like gills or something?
Maybe
like a
gills.
Fish?
Yeah. It was inflating and deflating.
Yep.
It grabs HUD in its mouth and starts eating him.
And you can hear his bones like breaking, dude.
Oh, and you see the POV of the camera being chewed and spit out, and HUD actually being chewed on and spit out. And then the camera lands right on HUD's face, laying on the ground.
Yeah. And Rob like screams and runs, and he, obviously runs to HUD, who's now dead, but he grabs the camera.
Yep, he grabs the camera. They run and go hide in this tunnel.
They had under a bridge in Central Park.
Yes. And they are crying and catching their breath when they get there.
Oh my God. And they're just like holding each other.
Yeah.
And they kind of talk to each other about how like everyone's dead.
Yeah. Beth is like, we got to get out of here. And Rob says, there's nowhere else to go. And that broke my heart.
Like oh my God.
And then the sirens start going off. That fucking sent me.
Oh.
It gives me chills every time. I hate that.
Yeah. I'm just so happy that they were together.
Me
Because
too.
even though it's like obviously like this is the end and it's so scary, at least you're with somebody that you care about.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
It's better than being alone.
It's better than being alone, and it's better than being with like rando people.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we hear like we hear the monster roaring in the background, and Rob is basically telling her we have to wait it out.
Yeah.
You know, like he's saying there's nowhere else to go, but he still wants her to, I think he doesn't want her to feel like, you know, the hope is gone.
Yeah, and she's crying and saying she's so scared. So he's trying to console her a little bit.
And like imagine in that situation, you know, like in a way, like one of those people has to be strong for the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, you know, Rob is obviously terrified. He's about to die. He knows they're going to die. But he's taking it upon himself to be the strength between the two of them. And I think that takes like a lot of fucking courage.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
After everything that's happened and you're trying to speak
like you're
rationally
and console her.
Yes. So Rob takes the camera here and he starts explaining what happened and naming his friends who died, which I also think is really important.
Yep.
The irony of them ending this video, giving their testimonials just like they were in the beginning of the movie, saying their goodbyes just like they were in the beginning of the movie. I thought that was a great touch.
Oh, hell yeah.
He says it's May 23rd. It's 6:42 a.m. So it's obviously the morning after the party. And Beth is now saying the same thing she did in her first video. She's like, I don't know what to say. But before it was, I don't know what to say. And now it's sobbing. I don't know what to say.
No, I know. And Rob tells her to look at him. And basically they confess to each other that they love each other.
Yeah, there's an explosion in the middle of Beth saying her testimony.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing you hear is them saying I love you to each other. And then it cuts back to them at Coney Island.
At Coney Island. And like, okay, I just have to say, it really is bringing my cold, dead heart back to life. They're sitting together on like, what, it's like a Ferris wheel or something?
Yeah, Ferris wheel.
And she's saying to him, this has been a really good day.
Yeah.
But one thing I thought they got so well was the way that they are looking at each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like they capture that like
natural chemistry.
And that, you know, when you're like really, I don't know, I guess love someone. I don't know if they love each other at that point.
Smitten.
But yeah, like when you're just totally like, you guys are both like a kind of obsessed with each other.
Yeah.
They did such a good job of capturing that in such a way where like, you know what's coming for them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so tragic.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was so well done.
I agree. And yeah, the last thing she says is she has such a great day. And then it ends.
And there's no end credit music.
Yep. You just sit there.
You just sit there. You have to sit there in the weight of what happened to all of these people that you actually fucking care about because they did such a fantastic job of making them real people.
Yeah.
With real flaws and real personalities and, you know, real families. And they did such a fucking solid job of that.
I agree.
Dude, I love this movie.
Me too. And I have a different appreciation for it now.
Oh, God. Yeah, I remember walking out of the theater being like, I can't wait for sequels. I can't blah, 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 blah. Because it was so well done.
Yeah.
You get so invested.
So there were 2 alternate endings
Tell
to
me.
this movie.
Okay, tell me.
They were small. They were just small little tweaks, but I did watch the both alternate endings with director commentary by Matt Reeves.
Okay.
And so only small things are changed.
Okay.
And you can watch them with or without commentary. But in one, the flashback is just different.
Oh.
So it actually flashes to Rob and Beth running around the streets back in April. And Rob is telling Beth that she's going to remember this day forever. So it's like they're running into the subway almost.
Yeah.
And it ends on Beth's face just like so happy. It was a really cute screenshot of what it ends on or still.
Yeah.
So it was a shot that the director really wanted to get into the movie. So they tried it here, but they didn't like it as much as the Ferris wheel one.
I'm telling you, man, the way that they're looking at each other on the Ferris wheel, I feel like I'm interrupting something.
Right? You're like, oh, I shouldn't be watching this.
Yeah.
This is so intimate. And then in the second, there was a quick shot after the explosion where they say they're I love yous. When it cuts, you hear Beth yell, Rob. So they kind of imply there's a possibility that maybe they survived or they were rescued.
Whoa.
The director says that there was a flash here of a man cleaning off the camera to also make you think maybe they were found. It happened so fast, I couldn't even tell.
Whoa.
Even when I was looking for it, I couldn't really tell.
Yeah, yeah.
But he says there's a man cleaning off the camera there. But they felt like that was too much of a puzzle. So they wanted to just leave it with it cuts.
Kind of open-ended?
This almost left it, I think, too open-ended of like, oh, maybe they were rescued and maybe it was this and maybe it was that. But
Right.
here you just feel like it's done.
It's done.
Right?
Yeah.
There were also deleted scenes in with or without commentary, which were basically just for party goers. So I liked checking out all the bonus features on the
Oh,
on
it's
the
the
DVD.
best. Yeah, dude, how did I not know I had this movie? It should be displayed here. Why didn't I bring it up here to display it?
You know what? I meant to bring my 13 Ghosts for that episode too, and I forgot.
Well, I started digging through my basement recently. I was like looking for toys for because I'm decorating the room that we're sitting in right now, and you guys can't see it on camera, but the other side of the walls are like covered in toys and stuff. But in any event, I was digging through stuff and I'm like, I found a box of like DVDs and Blu-rays, and it just so happened that I owned Cloverfield.
Oh yeah, when I got here, she was like, "Oh my gosh, I own Cloverfield." I was like, "Perfect."
Yeah, because we would have had to rent it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I bought it at Blockbuster when they were going out of business.
Okay.
It was like $3.99 or something.
R.I.P. Blockbuster.
Okay, can I tell you like a couple of tidbits?
Yes.
Okay, so Jason, who is Rob's brother, is wearing a Slusho t-shirt throughout the movie. And Slusho is a drink that J.J. Abrams' show Alias. So it was like a drink in his show.
Okay.
Right? And it was also one of the film's code names.
Oh.
Yep. So for my fans of Lost, my fellow fans, you can see the Dharma Initiative logo very briefly at the start of the film. And the Dharma Initiative is like a research project facility in the show Lost. It's on the island. So I thought that was kind of neat. They also, at the time that this was released, the producers had the main characters make MySpace pages.
Okay.
So it felt like these were real people.
Okay.
Thought that was really clever. Very similar to sort of like how Blair Witch, people were questioning, is Blair Witch real?
Yeah.
I think they tried to kind of do the same sort of thing.
They did such a great job hyping it up and making it mysterious and drawing interest that way, because I remember being so curious about the movie before it came out.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then apparently after the closing credits, there's a mysterious broadcast voice. And when it's played in reverse, the broadcast says it's still alive.
Uh-oh, maybe there are going to be sequels.
I know, right?
Oh, can I also tell you, listeners, I already told Laura this, but remember when I was like, oh, by the way, I watched Cloverfield and I totally expected to see John Goodman. Okay, I knew that I loved the initial Cloverfield when I first saw it. So when we were talking about covering it, I knew I already loved it.
Yes.
But when I was going to watch it, rewatch it, I was thinking of the third one.
Yeah.
Even though I knew I did love the first one as well.
Yeah.
So it's all good. But it's just so funny because it started and I was like, maybe he shows up like 10 minutes in or something. And then once it really started going, I was like, oh, this is not
like, wait a minute.
the same movie.
You know, I never saw 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Really? I remember liking that one too. But I can't, it's one of those, I'm like this all the time. It actually worries me that my memory is going or something.
Oh, dude, me too.
But I'm like, okay, I remember how I felt about that movie, but I can't tell you like one thing that happens.
You know, I feel that way about, because there's another sequel or prequel to this one. Do you know off the top of your head? Oh, the Cloverfield Paradox. That's where they're like on a ship in space. It's on Netflix. Did you watch it?
I did. And I want to say that was one that came out in 2020, maybe?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Because I think I remember watching it while we were in quarantine.
Me too. And I think I'm not a big space person.
Same.
So I think that's why I didn't like love it.
Same.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that one in the back of my mind, but I couldn't remember all the details, so I didn't want to bring it up. And now that you did, I'm like, I do remember not loving that one as much as the first or the third.
I think it's because people were so fucking pumped up that there was going to be another Cloverfield, because all of us just want the monster, right?
Yeah.
I would say like all of us. And I don't think it needed a sequel personally. I don't think it needed anything. I think it's a really good movie just a standalone. But when I remember when they were talking about there going to be a new Cloverfield movie, I was so pumped. And then when it wasn't space, I was like, oh.
I remember being really excited because they were doing the same things they did for the first one, where hyping you up and keeping it mysterious.
Yeah.
And yeah, I do remember that.
Space.
I know. I was like, not space.
It's not Alien. I don't want it. You know?
Just being honest. But I do have some tidbits that I think I'm gonna save for our Patreon extended. But do you have any more you want to share right now?
No, I am all freaking set.
Hell yeah.
This was a great movie. I'm so glad we covered it. And actually, if you do listen to the podcast regularly, you know during Jason Takes Manhattan, we were talking about this movie. And that's when, in the moment, we decided we wanted to cover it.
Yep. And we actually did it.
And we did.
Good for us.
Pat on the back.
Because I think there are a lot of things that we'll say like, oh, we should do this. We should cover this. We're going to do this one day. But then it's easy to say that and forget about it. But luckily, I took notes.
The amount of plans that we have hypothetically made that never happen, but we're so convinced in the moments it will.
Look, I will tell you, when we went to LA recently, we were planning on potentially going to what was it called?
The dinosaurs.
Cabazon Dinosaurs.
Yes.
And we're like, yeah, we're going to do it. We said we're going to do it in an episode. I think it
we
extended.
will, though. We were going to do it.
We are going to. But because we were out there, we're like, let's do it now. And then we looked into it and it was going to take like 2 hours to get there. And
We'd have to rent a car.
Yeah, we realized it was not a feasible thing for a very quick trip.
No, and Burbank was a blast.
So much fun.
Dude, we have to go back to Halloween Town.
Let's go. Right now. Let's book flights right now. Here we go again, saying we're going to do all these things. Anyway, we appreciate you all so much for listening, watching on YouTube if you are, or over on Spotify, Apple Music, all those fun places where if you give us a 5-star review, it helps the podcast so much.
It really does help it grow. We're also all over social media, TikTok, Facebook sometimes, Instagram at Chainsaw Girls Pod. You can also send us an email, chainsawgirlspod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you guys. We also shout out our top tier patrons. We love you guys so much. And we're going to do that shit right freaking now. Let's go.
All right. We have Jeff S. We have Jolene. We have David G. John M. Jonathan W. Rob V. David T. Heather D. Franchise Driller. John W. Josh N. Millie C. Adrian G. Chris S. Alexis T. Adam V.L. James C.
Woo-hoo!
I feel like this list is getting longer.
Well,
thank you so much.
We appreciate you patrons so much. And all of you listeners and viewers, you guys are the freaking best. Okay, bye.